All right. I just ran downstairs, got some more water, so I'm kind of out of breath. So we've got Happy's going to be joining in alongside his roster. We do have, let's get Blyfex, Micah, and TK. Team we just saw beat. Both of these teams actually are now currently 1-1, so they have one win out of one game. So they're essentially 1-0 as their record. But they are going to be playing up against each other now. This essentially decides who's out on top out of these three rosters. We do still have another team that is, they might actually be shifted over to the 5 other rosters for tomorrow alongside Saturday. I guess we'll have to wait and see how that goes. We're just kind of playing it by ear as, you know, team captains rather come up with updates on their team's availability. So next we got Snask back in here, which once again I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name, Snask or Snask. I'm gonna say Snask though, just because it's slightly. Just gonna say thumbs up. We're currently waiting on Exiled as well, which I figured out is X Exiled. Wondering if I should even post. I guess I could post the fact that the YouTube videos are up. Maybe I should do it at the very end. Not entirely sure. Oh, it was Dave. Okay. So let me see if there was any response from the squad. Oh, they're actually currently in a voice chat. Cool. Perfect. So we'll get there as soon as possible. So we're waiting for Snask to come back, and then I wish that S wasn't there, so I just call him Snake. It just sounds so much easier. And then we'll wait for Exiled to get in here as well. Or Exiled, and they're going to be playing each other in a best-of-3 series. Which I will go ahead and get Team Happy and Team Micah on the orange. Just because I anticipate Team Happy coming out on top, I'm going to put them out on top in that blue side roster. But I guess we will have to wait and see what happens. Obviously, if Snask comes back, then we'll probably ask where Exiled is. Maybe I'll sub in for him. I'm just trying to get this one down. I feel like... Oh, no. Oh, no. He tried to... So we have TK tried to say something to Noodle, and then he kind of backed out of it last second. He's like, you know what? I'm not even going to start this right now. I'm like, that's fair. That is so fair. Bro's team owned gold. We played well in madness. He's not wrong. Okay. I do kind of have a meeting to go to right after this, so I'm trying. Don't worry, I'm trying to. Okay, then we're just going to wait for Micah. He's going to the restroom. I have actually informed as well of Micah, Blyfex, and TK that this roster is much higher ranked. I didn't tell them the specific ranks. The fact that 2 of them are SSL and 1 of them being GC, or at least to my understanding, 1 of them is GC. I think Noodle mentioned it inside the chat just very casually, so, you know, there wasn't any stat tracking going on. Kind of wondering if TK is still talking inside the main chat. Doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, the meeting I was gonna be in was supposed to be starting about 12 minutes ago, but that's fine. That's fine. All for the qualification rounds. Like I said, we should have about 5 teams ready for Friday. Fago hasn't gotten me any follow-ups on his roster. Sly, his roster's ready Friday, whatever. Micah is back. All right, let's go ahead. Get this next one underway. Once again, I do anticipate Team Happy coming out on top out of these 2 teams, and I do expect them to move on to the top 8 position and seeding. Team Micah, we'll have to wait and see what they can pull off here. I think much more consistency on the back line of defense is necessary. I don't think Happy's coming in here. Oh, I'm wondering what their thoughts are about that Season 5 Supersonic Legend all of a sudden. They do have ping advantage, obviously, from the orange side perspective, but the ranks are a bit lower. They'll probably be taking this one a bit more seriously, blue side. However, you know, will the freestyles come out eventually? Micah rushes the touch. It's not the most accurate. However, it does the job momentarily. X is able to turn this one on target instantaneously. Happy now with an open net chance, and he does slot it home as the third man extends his own rotation forward, knowing that Snake's got demoed by Blyfex. Exiled as well, looking for a demo. Happy over to Exiled. Micah nearly able to outpace there from the center field. Blyfex, good pass in. Micah just couldn't reach it in time. You know, the thought was there. It's just the mechanical execution in such a fast-paced play can be difficult for a team like this orange side. That would just be a point of, you know, improvement. But I do think that they are capable of many things in terms of coordination, as well as the right idea and just overall game sense when it comes down to a team effort. Here, Blyfex having to deflect it wide. Happy's up early as well with plenty of boost in the tank. Exile just trying to keep this one in the general vicinity. Leans back as far as possible to get a much more accurate touch. Or at least any touch at all. Happy, oh, it's a shot as well. Happy has been on his mark on the offense about 1 minute and 7 seconds in. Heavy touch wide, and Happy's able to slot it home here. Gotta be wondering as well, Micah, he didn't skip the replay. Seeing if there's anything going on in the behind the scenes of this roster, or maybe he was just checking his phone. So I guess the case the majority of the time. But I think, yeah, you know, at the start of this series, I do believe that this is where Blue Side are gonna, you know, really prove themselves and showcase themselves and their true capabilities of, you know, the point of the actual bracket here, Micah. Because once again, Happy is in contact with Vibranium, who also brought in Andy from Dignitas. You know, into the $500 roster coming up this Sunday, so... You know, Happy, he must also have connections. That's pretty much what I'm relating it to. TK, there at the center circle, does lose the 50, unfortunately. Ball possession not going their way. So it'll be a 3-0 game for the blue side. Game 2 might have to, you know, involve retaliation. As there are still 3 minutes left inside the matchup, but momentum seems heavily swayed. You know, within comfort here, as that's a solid shot out from Happy again. That'll be his 3rd goal and a hat trick acquired. Exile just over-aggressing. And Micah, yeah, he just kind of panic touched there at the top of the box and centered it as well. Very well capitalized upon by Happy. He seems to be performing to another standard this series. This far, but... You know, Orange have been demo-friendly, no doubt about that. That ball going back out in center, open at chance, and TK is able to rush down on it. Blyfex as well from the center aspect of the field. He, you know, kind of enforced a double commit. Obviously not that dangerous of a double commit whatsoever, but they were just ensuring the ball goes into the back of the net with a lack of productivity on the other end of the field. The majority of the time. Wait. Okay, I was going to say. Okay, so TK has the goal here. Micah nearly able to sneak it under. But Exiled will solidify his spot. Micah's now able to aggress forward. gets taken away. Happy. And a double rotation back. It's, you know, this time around not an aggressive double commit. It's rather a passive double commit. Exiled 50 off of the backboard. Going to be looking for a shot on target, but a double commit from the other side comes through, and they aren't quite able to do anything effective with the shot opportunity that, you know, kind of presented a lot of space in time to work with. Over to Micah, tries to cut it in, but Exiled is there too early. Back down to Blyfex. 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. On a Happy, which I think, you know, these players from the orange side, they're not entirely sure who the highest ranks are of this roster. And the performance of Happy just kind of most definitely, they're providing a much more cautious approach as to when Happy has ball possession, or at least a shot opportunity, you know, an area where he could take a shot. Not nearly tackling Snask, but he does evade this one, going back out in center. Exiled off of the crossbar goes. Micah looking for a recovery. Happy's able to slot it home, and a fourth goal comes through. And I do think off of that play, Blue Side are going to be much more comfortable with this series overall. Probably wondering why they're even here, to be honest, just to prove their worthiness. Once again, the top 6 of the seeding of this next bracket, they have, you know, I'm able to recognize the majority of the names. And if not, then, you know, I trust the team captains. However, Happy is relatively new to our community. And they just have to prove themselves by coming out on top of other teams that are in that same exact position, but rather just lower ranks. Got to prove themselves a top 8 spot, and I do want to give everyone that qualifies a chance to, you know, make it to that top 8 spot. So I'll be Happy nailing it off of the post, I believe. Might have been off the crossbar as well, but it was the top right corner. Interception there by Exiled. Over to Happy, who lobs it down to Exiled, gets the pre-flip shot on target. Exiled's insane. And Exiled is able to strike for his first goal. 13 shots coming through from the blue side, 4 from the orange. 9 differential, 34 seconds, and 1 goal from a Brazil. Snask looking for a double tap there. This one off the corner. TK. Orange, yeah, they're going to have to retaliate in some sense. Different extensive play style that doesn't really involve the necessity of outpacing their opponents, knowing how qualitative the opposition's mechanics are. Yeah, their overall experience and ability to execute. Overall aspects of the field here, Snask is got one more chance to get... Oh, never mind. Shut down by Exiled. As it will be a 1-0 game. Exiled, Happy, Snask. Okay, so yeah, I do want to make that clear, obviously. I'm not entirely sure if this... I might... You know, that said, obviously, I'll just let Happy know. Happy has been very, very well with communication. And I think that's just such a plus, whenever you're trying to organize these things with 3v3 teams left and right. If the team captains are just heavy within communication, obviously, he's happy to be here with 2 SSLs on his team. And he's the one organizing, therefore... He's going to get his pay at the end of the day if they end up taking a first, second, or third place team. Happy's just trying to make it happen here for these players. TK is able to redirect it wide. This one dropping down. An early aggressive push there by Exiled. Gets taken away by TK, who has 0 boost. Is mounting off of the sidewall. And I do think that Blue Side are taking this one slightly more seriously. Obviously heavily toward the beginning part of the series in comparison to Noodle, Discharge, alongside Scottish Kells. Blue just seemed to be joking around for the very beginning. This one took about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. I think it was more like 2 minutes for them to realize that they have the advantage and they are the higher ranks. Because a lot of these players are coming in blind, by the way. Once again, I did let Orange side know that they were going up against a higher end team. Someone will be wide. Dunked out by Micah. This one dunked down as well. It's off of the backboard. Gets taken away by Snask. It might find the back of the net, and it does. Just a long clear is all it takes from the inside of the box as well. Micah just too far rotated off of his own line, or at least he was the one rotating back. Just an overcommitment of resources. And Orange did not have the recovery to prove themselves of a defensive save here. Blyfex, oh, good trap there by TK. Now he's got one to beat, but it is Snask in front of the ball. The heavy touch now from the corner. TK has got to cherish this sense of possession heavily. Ends up rotating away from it, though. Bit of an interesting lack of pressure. Blyfex looks for a second touch, which would have provided something for Orange and a potential catalyst to a goal-scoring opportunity to equalize it early on. As will be oh, what a shot coming out from Snask! Are you joking me? Off of the crossbar and down it goes. He outpaces Blyfex. And off of the ceiling bounce as well. He still had enough resources, I believe, using the last of his, just to get the scoop and positioning under the ball, in which Flip resets it over his opponent into the back of the net. Second goal, and another redirect coming through. It's off of the crossbar. A lot of crossbars have been hit from this blue side roster. I'm not entirely sure if all of them register as shots, but they do have two, registered shots that are not goals, and 0 saves from the opposition, which I would presume both of those are off of the crossbar. If not a third here, Snask is able to lob this one on target. Now, they do have supreme confidence. However, I think it's also good practice for TK, Micah, and Blyfex for future, instances where they're going to be in this exact same position in a 3v3 bracket potentially. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So double tap there by Snask. One goes up early here. Exiled will drop this one down. Snask is able to turn back onto it. Panic double commits coming through from the Orange side, and very relative to, they're very reminiscent, rather, of the previous series they played. Up against Noodle Discharge, alongside Scottish Kells, and, this time around they might be a bit more used to this atmosphere, as opposed to just playing a casual or a ranked match. You're Exiled looking for a second one as well. Angle comes through, happy to, doesn't quite put the shot on target. Like I said, these matches seem to be a bit more casual, obviously, than the actual bracket matches, where teams will be heavier within competition and capability as well. Snask able to walk this one home, and a fifth goal comes through. Nearly 1,000 points for Snaski's almost, a sixth goal will definitely put him in that range. TK, Micah, and Blyfex. Not much hope to be had in this series number 2 for him today. But this series right here might actually confirm this blue side roster's top 8 position in seeding. Happy finds a demo. TK not too happy about something. He said, come on, dude. Exile put a question mark. And now here from the midline, a lot of, it's just the capability. It's just bowling at this point, but I'm gonna allow them to FF. I'm not gonna, force them to suffer. phenomenal performance so far in these two series. From Exiled, Snask, alongside... Yeah, that is the GG's, though. Well played. That is a fantastic one from... Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. GG's from all around, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll have hopefully more series for you guys tomorrow. Depends on the availability of course, these other two, or these other, sorry, not two, other five teams that are going to be playing tomorrow alongside Saturday. As, you know, they're fighting for 2 spots, so we'll have to wait and see the availability of that team tomorrow. And see you guys later. See you guys in the next video.